Hello and thank you for watching. My name is Rachel Barnett with Gentle Frog. I'm here to create videos for you to help you understand QuickBooks slightly better than you currently do. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please put them in the chat box. Thank you. In today's video of custom QuickBooks training, I want to explain QuickBooks Online and undeposited funds. Specifically, I want to explain to you how undeposited funds works and how you'll see it showing up in your bank feeds. Let's start with the end and then work our way backwards. I'm currently in the QuickBooks Online sample file, so you're not seeing anybody's confidential information. You're just seeing sample data. On the left-hand side of the screen, if I go to Banking and then Banking, I'm going to see a list of pending transactions for my make-believe checking account. I want to scroll down and find a very specific transaction to talk to you guys about. So when you look at this, you're likely to see the same data no matter when you watch this video, but the date will be different. I'm looking at the deposit for $218.75. When I look at this in the downloaded banking list, QuickBooks is telling me that there is one match found. The date on the right-hand side of my screen matches the date on the left-hand side of my screen. The dollar amounts kind of in the middle, which previously I called the right-hand side, now matches the dollar amount in the very right-hand side. What you're really looking at here is this information kind of in the middle of the screen where it says one match found. That's QuickBooks saying, you know what? I found a record within the accounting software that was previously entered. Here is the date and the total dollar amount of the record that was previously in your accounting software. When you look at the date and the dollar amount on the perimeter of that line, it's telling you that this is the information provided to you by your bank. So your bank is saying, hey, $218.75 was deposited into the bank. And QuickBooks is like, oh, hey, look at me. I think I know why. I think it belongs to this record you've already told me about. If you want to know more about the record, you can click anywhere on the horizontal line. I'll typically have clients click on the dollar amount so they can expand the line. Let's go ahead and do that. So now what I'm looking at is it says, oh, there's one record found, and the record is a deposit. No matter what the record is that QuickBooks Online has found, you can click on the blue hyperlink to learn more. So let's go ahead and click on the blue hyperlink. When I click on this hyperlink, it takes me to my bank deposit screen. The bank deposit screen is the same screen that I would see if I were to go from any page within QuickBooks Online, click on Plus New in the upper left-hand corner, and then click on Bank Deposit on the right. What makes this screen different is that I can see which fields or which values were selected to equal the total deposit that I'm looking at. So at some point in the past, we said, okay, we've got a deposit. Our deposit's going into the primary checking account. It's taking place on 1/7. It's a total of $218. The deposit is comprised of two clients. It includes Diego and Pies Cakes. So because we've checked both of these boxes, QuickBooks knows to take both independent records, squish them together, and make one deposit in the bank. So let me go ahead and click cancel so you can see it in the bank. In the bank feeds, what I see is the bank says, hey, just letting you know, we got a deposit of $218, and QuickBooks is like, oh, I know that. I have a record of a deposit of $218, which is $140 from Diego and $78 from Pies. This is how undeposited funds works. The idea behind undeposited funds is that you're able to take multiple people's deposits, kind of place them together in a bucket or a contained space, and then combine them so they go to the bank together and they show up on your bank statement together and your downloaded banking transactions together. I will often describe this undeposited funds as kind of being like the vinyl bank bag that we used to use, where you would put everybody's deposit, all the checks you've received during the day, all the cash you've received during the day. You just put it all into a vinyl bank bag, zip it shut, take it to the bank. The teller gives you one receipt with one total. That's the same thing as happening here with these bank deposits. So I can go ahead and click on the sales receipt for Diego. When I click on Diego's name, it opens up my sales receipt. Looking at the sales receipt, I can see it's a sale for gardening. That's fantastic. It doesn't really matter who I've sold this to or what I've sold. In fact, it doesn't matter if it's a sales receipt or an invoice. The way that this whole system works is that here, when it says deposit to, You've selected undeposited funds. I know that in the end it's going to the checking account. It's going from the sales record to undeposited funds. When it gets to undeposited funds, it makes friends, and then it gets deposited into your bank account along with all of its friends. I hope this information was helpful. If you have any questions or any concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. Again, this is Rachel from Gentle Frog. Thank you so much.